In a gripping move that has tech enthusiasts buzzing, Google has launched the first beta version of Android 16 QPR2, introducing several intriguing features for Pixel users. This drop coincides with the buzz surrounding the Pixel 10 series, the Pixel Watch 4, and the Pixel Buds 2a. The Android 16 QPR1 is expected to reach stable status in September, while the full public rollout of QPR2 is slated for December. But what sets the second quarterly platform release apart? Unlike its predecessor, QPR1, which was a more extensive update, QPR2 will be a minor SDK release. This means its primary focus will be on refining user experiences and enabling developers with newer, more effective APIs. Notably, this will mark the first time Google incorporates new APIs into a quarterly Android update. According to Google's announcement, there's a clearly outlined timeline for the rollout of Android 16 QPR2. Following the current beta, the next major beta version is expected to arrive in September, with the October update freezing the code and stabilizing the platform. Here's a snapshot of the exciting changes coming with Android 16 QPR2 Beta 1. User interface, system experience and accessibility. Enhanced dark theme, offering users a more immersive night mode experience. Auto-themed app icons. Apps will automatically adapt their icons to match the chosen theme, promoting a harmonious interface. Interactive chooser sessions. Users will have a more engaging experience when selecting options. Streamlined Android migrations. Transitions between Android versions will feel smoother and more intuitive. PDF document annotation and editing. The ability to work directly on PDF files fosters greater productivity. Display topology API. Developers can better understand how their apps utilize screen space, ensuring optimal layouts. Device-aware view configuration, enhancing the way apps adjust to different devices for improved functionality. Granular haptic feedback control. Users can customize haptic feedback to enhance their interaction. Quick settings tile categories. Organizing quick settings into categories makes accessing them easier. Media audio features. IAMF decoding support, enhancing audio quality and formats. Personal audio sharing in Output Switcher. Users can effortlessly share personal audio streams. New audio APIs. Developers gain access to more efficient audio calling features. HDR, SDR brightness slider. This allows users to fine-tune brightness for videos and images for an improved viewing experience. Privacy security enhancements. Secure lock device, a feature that enhances device security against unauthorized access. Phone theft protection toggle. Users can actively manage settings to protect their devices from theft. The developer productivity tools. Widget engagement metrics. Providing insight into how users interact with widgets helps developers improve functionality. Early warnings for 16 kilobytes page size compatibility. Alerts developers on potential compatibility issues early on. Enhanced profiling, giving developers more tools to profile applications effectively. Robust multi-display testing. This brings improvements for applications running on multiple displays. Among the standout features highlighted are lock screen widget support, forced themed icons for applications, broadened dark mode capabilities, a new split screen option 9010, and enhanced HDR brightness controls for images and videos. How to access Android 16 QPR2 Beta 1. Curious about trying out these exciting features now? If your Pixel device is already part of the Android Beta program, the QPR2 Beta 1 over-the-air update will be automatically available for you to download. This update is compatible with all current Pixel devices, starting from the Pixel 6 to the Pixel line series. However, if you prefer to stick with Android 16's stable version, it's advisable to refrain from installing the QPR2 Beta. Instead, you'll want to wait for the stable release of QPR1, anticipated in early September. Google will subsequently push an OTA update to facilitate switching back to the public channel without any data loss. What are your thoughts on these upcoming features? Do you think they'll truly enhance the user experience? Or are there aspects you believe Google should reconsider? Let's discuss.